这实际上对美国的全世界所有的人来讲，真的是我一开始开场的启示录。包括今天文茜世界周报跟明天的文茜世界周报跟财经周报，我们都将做出Sandy的特别报道。有的是从他对经济面的冲击，还有对美国总统大选的冲击。另外，他对于像世界上最强的国家、最重要的城市，居然如此不堪一击，他也是非常严重的一个警惕。在过去呢，这场大选之前3场电视辩论，没有一句话，没有一个候选人提到 global warming， 因为他们都知道这是自寻死路。在美国呢，这一次大干旱之前，美国只有30%到40%的人相信全球暖化，大多数的人都认为这根本就是一场科学的邪说。美国是全世界最不信赖全球暖化这样一个说法的一个国家。那这一次的100年大干旱，虽然在6月份的时候就已经在美国中西部出现，可是候选人选择还是忽视这个事。美国的总统奥巴马在大选之前曾经提出他的能源政策，提出的也只是新能源政策，他也巧妙地避开关于全球暖化的辩论。而美国共和党的候选人 Romney 是根本认为全球暖化不存在的事情，他能源政策的主张不过是盖油管。而这场Sandy风暴呢，让所有美国人都醒过来，气候真的改变了，他们不得不面对。这一次的Sandy是为什么出现呢？第一个原因是海平面是上升了，第二个原因更严重的是海水的温度上升了。海水的温度上升使到10月底还有飓风，而且这个飓风还跑到了纽约附近。过去呢，在1991、1993，美国都出现类似差一点的完美风暴，但是纽约当时避开了。而这一次，美国再也避不开。那么这次再也避不开呢？最大的一项因素，除了我们刚刚所讲的一些天气的巧合之外，有一个长期的因素，就是海平面在上升，然后海水温度也在上升。这两个加成效果就是，比如像曼哈顿，它是靠近海旁边的，当海水面在平面上升的时候，那曼哈顿呢就离大海越来越近。然后呢，一场飓风它会掀起巨浪，有的高达4公尺，有的高达3公尺，然后巨浪一推起来以后，它就直接淹没了很多靠海的一些小镇跟城市。相对来讲 ，Brooklyn 呢，布鲁克林，它因为叫布鲁克林高地，所以它离海平面就比较远一点，所以这次 Brooklyn 相对来说就是比较安全的地方，还没有出现海水倒灌的情形，所以海平面上升还是一个很大的因素。第二个因素呢，就是为什么会在这个季节，在10月底的时刻，然后呢还在这个还不是跑到路易斯安那，还直接跑到美国这么远的，等于是在东部的靠近纽约这个地方，还是因为海水温度的上升。海水温度的上升是今年一个非常重要的气候变迁的现象，可是美国选择忽略。而当他选择忽略的时候，或许大自然永远是世界真正的主人。主人不是拥有选票的，也不是总统，主人是大自然。他用这一场整个很可怕的灾难告诉美国人，你们应该重视的问题是什么。让我们来看这是 Sandy 台风形成的原因。
This is the hurricane from hell. The hurricane that you're going to talk to your grandkids about.
That was a lot like this storm, except that storm called the perfect storm in 1991 did not make landfall. It stayed in the ocean. So yes, there were winds and yes, there were waves, but not this.
This one is huge, extending about 800 miles, about a third the size of the United States of America, and it's moving very slowly.
I look at the water all around me. I don't know if you can see it, but as I move just toward the curve, you get a picture of the fact that Atlantic City is flooding right now. I'm, as you know, a big enough guy that I can generally withstand most of this, but every now and then I get a gust, and it just sort of feels like it's blowing me over. So 70 miles.
Ali? Ali?
Things like that. Right now, these are just gusts.
Ali, the wind is not a friend of your microphone.
飓风对纽约人并不陌生，但是飓风对纽约人总是仁慈。这些形成于大西洋的热带气旋，经常是一路横扫南方以及东南方之后，威力就大为减弱。只是山迪它不一样。
I live in the area of Manhattan that's blacked out. I went down to the coast before the storm peaked to watch the seas rising. And even though we've predicted stuff like this in the past, it was a shock to me to see it.
It's a new kind of animal caused by the collision of 3 different air masses. On one hand, we have a normal hurricane, a hurricane that comes in from the Atlantic Ocean, but then this is the killer. It collides with cold Arctic air.
Right.
The jet stream went all the way down to Florida. And then third, we had a low pressure area, pre-existing storm. So the collision of 3 air masses, a hurricane, cold air from the Arctic, the North Pole, and then a pre-existing low pressure area. We've never seen this animal before.
And why have we never seen this before? Why is this now?
It's very rare that we have such a great temperature disparity. The Caribbean is heating up, so we're going to have larger and larger hurricanes in the future, perhaps. But the North Polar ice is thinning. It's 50% thick, as thin as it was 50 years ago. So the jet stream is also becoming slightly erratic, and the collision of this warm air and the cold air can create super hurricanes.
Get used to it. Sandy is the new normal. Scientists warn denying climate change is hazardous to your health. Imagine if the city that never sleeps became a ghost town. That's exactly what's happening to Gotham City right now. It is not a scene from a science fiction movie. That is Grand Central Station, New York's transportation hub, all but empty after rail service in and out of the city was suspended. It is a little third world, if you don't mind me saying that, about this great city. It's half in the dark. Hundreds of thousands of people don't have power. Did you expect that to happen?
Before the storm hit in its full fury, my wife asked me if we needed to worry about the electricity going out. I said, nah, we don't live in the flood zone. We're a little higher than that. It's not going to affect us. Little did I realize that the utility had some of their transformers and some of their substations right in the area that could be flooded. Why it's like that, I'm not sure. Possibly because the system was designed 100 years ago. That was before sea level rose by a foot, which now threatens a lot more of the city, and that's the heart of the problem. And they have actually laid plans for the future which are sensitive to global warming and the threat, but they don't have the political will to actually start moving very fast. And we need to make it more difficult for people to situate infrastructure right on the coast. Actually, we shouldn't allow it unless it's absolutely necessary.
So ban it. Bring everything in from the coast.
All new buildings should be in. Second of all, we need to take the easy steps to prevent things like subways from getting flooded.
4 steps, 5 steps down, and we're in water. The station itself down below is entirely submerged in water, seawater.
We need to protect roadways and change the grading so water doesn't automatically go down to a low point. We need to raise the highways that are right along the coastline. And then we need to consider the more long-term and more difficult, more expensive measures, like the possibility of doing what London did, which is build a storm barrier. This doesn't have to necessarily occur. We can still slow the warming and eventually stop it. If we start reducing emissions today, we can prevent such catastrophes.